Hello and welcome to the daily podcast number 4. So today, it's actually past the day. I'm going to go by Eastern time. It's actually almost 2 a.m. here, but just got back from a gig a little while ago. Had a lot of fun. Was playing for about 120 Brits and had to do their national anthem, and I was so paranoid that it was going to be something wrong, because I was like, okay, it's the same as My Country 'Tis of Thee, right? God Save the Queen. It's the same thing. I know it is. I just couldn't get over it. I thought it's going to be dead silent. They're all going to be standing there. I'm going to play the wrong thing. But it worked out, and then we had an awesome sing-along with a bunch of drunken sailor songs or folk tunes, depending on how you want to look at it. So that was fun. It's getting pretty late here, so I just want to hit the highlights from the day. Just got an email right before I started this for an About Me profile. It's about.me. It's a new service set up, basically trying to be a central point for your personal brand on the web. So that'll be kind of your summary page, and then it links out to your various profiles on the web, Twitter and Facebook, your personal site, LinkedIn, all those things. It'll kind of pull it all together and list your profile in one place. So I had put in for a profile. It just came through today, and I figured get it set up, and we'll see if it catches on or anything. But it's worth reserving your name if you want to. If you're into that sort of thing, you never know if it catches on. It's a cool idea. They're doing a very simple, clean look. They have a lot of stats built in as far as how many views your profile gets or clicks. One cool thing, actually, there's a button on it to email you. So the service has your email address, but it doesn't go out publicly. So that's kind of a cool way to allow people to email you without having to worry about posting your address in public. So we'll see how that goes. It's worth checking out. The big thing today is the ongoing change from WordPress. Now, if you see this, my site hasn't changed yet. I've actually just been kind of keeping it hobbling along, trying to get some plugins working to see if I would stick with it, but it's just not happening. So I could ditch the thesis theme, but we'll move on from that. So I've been coding my site over the last day or two, and it's really going very well. I'm really excited about this. So the question is, so far, am I missing WordPress in any way? Not really. There's, maybe as a content management system, if you get into just hundreds and hundreds of posts, then yeah, you have to have something. But I figure if I get that big, it'll justify investing in something more fluid. So far, it really hasn't been a huge deal. I did run into the fact that I need centralized menus. I can't be hand coding the header and the menu bar and the footer in every single page. Or if I ever want to make a change, the classic HTML problem, I have to go back and change it all. So the question today was deciding, how am I going to centralize my template elements? I won't really go too deep into it right now. If for any of you tech geeks out there, I decided to use server-side includes instead of PHP. I know there's a lot of debates on that. Some people think, I'm sure, that I'm an idiot for doing that. It's very archaic, antiquated, whatever. There are reasons I went with it, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. So that's coming together really well. Another huge development for this site is comments. That was one thing I was really going to miss, is if I want to try and build up a community of people with shared interests. It's like, if I don't have comments available on my posts, that's a significant hit. So I hadn't really, I wasn't sure if that was just going to come later. There's enough opportunity to comment with YouTube and Twitter and so on. But I went back and rediscovered Disqus. Now, this is a thing a lot of people put on their WordPress blog to handle comments instead of the default WordPress comments. So it's already really popular for that. But an amazing thing they allow you to do is to take a snippet of code and put comments on any page you want. So it's very cool. You set up your Disqus profile and your account. It's free, another awesome thing. And you put in this snippet of code, and there it is. I mean, it's a fully featured comments, better than what's default in WordPress. You can still put in your Akismet spam filtering. That works fine. Another thing I love, I'm not missing WordPress at all, honestly, because it comes default with subscribe to comments through email or RSS, which are things you have to do separate plugins for WordPress, which leads to plugin compatibility issues, which leads to me getting rid of WordPress. So yes, I'm loving Disqus. That came together really quick and easy. And again, I'm actually including again, for the tech geeks out there, the Disqus code I'm putting in through a server-side include. So also I just put one little include line in any place I want comments, and it'll pull in the code. If I ever want to change my Disqus code, if I switch to a different service or do anything, then I don't need to go back and recode all my pages again. So pretty simple stuff, I'm sure, if you're really into this, but it's really coming together well. So that's cool. Last thing I was going to mention today, so far, this is day 4. These daily podcasts have really just focused on current events in my life and what's going on. And that's kind of the point, is just to focus on whatever I'm really excited about for the day. But I can already anticipate that I'm not going to get to some things I'm just generally really excited about. There's companies I love, I really want to talk about. There's products, there's philosophies, kind of some things I mentioned in day 1, or maybe they were my notes for day 1, but I never got around to them. So there's a lot of kind of big picture events, and I guess there's 2 ways to go. One is they're going to come out through the daily podcasts, just kind of naturally with the things I talk about. So, yeah, there's that. It'll be very unorganized, and you're only really going to see it if you stick along and watch a lot. So that'll come out. The other option, I guess, is just to let the dailies be current events and then do separate, more fully featured podcasts and articles to focus on kind of the bigger topics. So we'll see how that develops. But for now, it's been a huge bit of progress today with hand coding of the site and working towards getting rid of WordPress. Hopefully have a few more things to figure out before I launch the new site. But that's going great. So yeah, I'm hopefully make a little more progress on that tomorrow and see what we're going. Actually, by the way, BTW, we'll get into that later as far as the renaming of the letter W. Next week, I will be in London for Ed Dale's challenge seminar. So that's very cool. I was thinking, oh, what's tomorrow going to bring? And I promised in day 1 that I'm making no promises of what tomorrow may bring. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of planning for this London trip. Going to work on the site. Going to not ignore my wife because she's been kind of home alone sick for a few days. So hopefully we can do something cool this weekend. But yeah, that's today. Overall, great progress. And day 4, the daily podcast, complete. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, YouTube viewers, and see you tomorrow.